Alright, shall we begin? What do you think? Welcome everyone, welcome Steven, first one in the room. Hello all. Mass Effect continues. Sorry about the extra day off needed on Tuesday. Yeah, needed it. Arm's pretty good. You got the physical version. I think it's good for a few hours to pick up and play. Well, we should play sometime, man. Steven, check it out. Sometime I haven't done much with it. Went through one Grand Prix and a couple matches. Denza says, hello, people from the future. I got a question. We'll bang, okay? Is that a question or hopes and wishes? Besides, Denza, what are you talking about? You're from the future. You're the one from the future. All right. Yeah, I actually, in the book of fails, let's add one. I failed to hang up on the council last time. That was Monday. We're actually only one stream into this. If you missed the beginning of Mass Effect, you didn't miss much. We just barely picked up our entire squad at the end of the last stream. Rex! What's up, Rex? Jay! Yes, I'm back. Sorry, my ever since I got off the post-surgery pain meds, I've been having trouble with my stomach, my gut, everything south of the stomach. Yeah, that. So let's not talk too much about it, but that's what's up. That's what was up Tuesday. Just, stuff like that. So, right, bad example of how we've picked everyone up. On the other hand, if we go down everyone's lockers, this might be a good time. Let's pop in, let's see where we're at. Densa, some good discounts on Steam. I heard it was crashing like it always does on Steam Summer Sale Day. It's funny, it's under so much, Steam is under so much pressure from everybody trying to access it at once that it collapses as if it was under attack. Now, is it under attack? Not that I know of, but I saw a whole bunch of comments this morning about Steam being DDoSed. No, everybody trying to buy stuff all at the same time is not the same as an orchestrated attack. Anyways, what do words mean anymore?
What can I do for you?
2017, words don't mean dick. Everything has 5 meanings that change depending on the mood of the speaker. What's up, Rex?
What's your story, Rex?
King Bob!
Story.
Bring some sanity into my life. What's up, Bob? Welcome.
Quarian, if you want stories.
No, I want stories from you. Just a short one. Please, Rex, please. Come on.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a blast. Big deal. It was most unfortunate. Really no way to overstate that.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
This says you have no option that actually acknowledges the horrors of what happened to the Krogan. One way or another, you're gonna learn about this shit from Rex right now.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Okay, that's not quite what I meant.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Talk.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the Genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding
Who made
nearly
who?
impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one, and no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist?
Well,
Ask a Krogan. Would he
last
rather
time I
find a
played through
cure
the
for
trilogy.
Genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So long, Rex.
well, it's a start. So now that we've got a full crew, we should not neglect talking with the crew. One of the traps I fall into playing this game, this series for the umpteenth time, kind of forgetting to go around and chat with everyone every opportunity we have. We don't need to talk with everyone every time, but it's easy to
Commander?
neglect them. Especially when they're, like Ashley or Caden, but
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it.
what,
Too
and you're
bad
really
those ruins
good?
got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure, I was hoping to get a minute of your time. Off the record.
I am assuming direct.
What's up, Woo? Welcome, man. Best Picard voice. Oh, shut up, Ashley.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Give them full access to your quarters. Speak your mind.
Don't mince words, Chief. What's your concern?
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy.
Yeah, so why are you here?
I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
How do you get from relying on ourselves to mistreating our allies?
I don't mean we should mistreat them, Commander. I just think we should be prepared to go it without them. As noble as the Council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
You got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear,
Or what
and
a
the only
commander
way for you
calls
to
a
survive
fucking
is to sit you
space
down on it and
racist.
run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
Methinks she does protest too much. Hash, the airlock's right over there.
You sound like one of those Terra Firma party pamphlets, Chief.
Terra Firma is a pack of jackals. The founders had ideals.
There you go, Woo.
These days they just play off xenophobia and bigotry. I hope my reasons are more rational.
Yeah, they're not.
My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service.
And?
I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
Yes, clearly you do. You fucking beg it.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, ma'am. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with...
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
You're lucky. I lost my family on Mindoir. Are you related to anyone I'd have heard of?
Couldn't say, Commander. I read about Mindoir. The Alliance screwed the pooch on that one. Should have had a bigger garrison. Is that why you're out here? To take the fight to the pirates?
Mainly I wanted to serve. Protect the Alliance, save lives, you know?
Glad to hear it. I'd hate to think you were out here for a free college education.
Yes. God forbid someone should get a free college education. Fuck you,
I
Ashley.
expect you to keep your family politics to yourself, Chief. This mission will be difficult enough without you picking fights with aliens.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Again, Ashley. So we got our whole crew. Liara, Tali, Rex, Garrus, Kaidan, Space Racist. Everyone accounted for.
Commander, nice work out there. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
What's up, Reddy? I don't even know what I would do with that at the moment. But grats on the name change. Whatever works.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to... I understand, Commander.
Don't worry, Garrus. I promise we'll get along just fine. Just gotta understand a few things about how we do things here. So, suppose we could run through and see if we've got everyone equipped, but we haven't really looted much yet. We don't have a lot of equipment to worry about yet. I'm using pistols and assault rifles. I don't really have any upgrades for. Let's not worry about it. If only I could wear Turian armor. No, we've got no armor upgrades, no weapon upgrades, at least not for Shepard. It's gonna be our go-to team. It doesn't really matter. We really don't have a lot of gear. Let's not worry about it at all. Is there any stuff we can sell that we simply don't need? Tier 1 junk?
Looking for supplies?
I think we're broke because I bought that last Metagel upgrade the other day.
Let's see what you got.
Pretty sure we're broke. We're very close to it. Or not. Somehow I got 9,000 credits. But, can we sell that we're not going to use at all? Grenade upgrades. Shield regens. Nope, not going to sell anything right now because I don't want to put too much thought into it. Let's go chat with Tali. Tali's all the way down here by the engine. Good place for Tali. Easy to forget.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small.
Oh, you should try building your ships
I'm
out of new
starting to
parts instead of
understand
junk.
why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
Again, we don't use recycled parts. Counts for something.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
Actually, it was
comes with
obvious,
being
but
a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
as old as some of those space shuttles we used to fly until they were finally retired. I always thought that was kind of funny. It's not funny anymore because we don't have any replacement vehicles. But as our space shuttle program in the United States was aging and craft were coming apart while re-entering the atmosphere, you look at the age of some of those shuttles that were still deployed and how they were supposed to be decommissioned after X number of years, but we kept just extending it because we really didn't have a replacement. Have you ever gone and watched Star Trek 3? The beginning, they make a little quip about how the Enterprise needs to be retired because she's 20 years old. God, this ship's 20 years old. We can't be flying this thing in space anymore. Are you kidding? And then there we were flying really old shuttles into space. Sorry, I digress. That was a long time ago, Tali.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work, mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
We do take them for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
All these playthroughs, and I'm not sure that ever sunk in, that the military arm of the government, which in this case has the right to override the civilian arm of the government, can only do so at the expense of their jobs. What an interesting concept. The Admiralty Board comes together, unanimously agrees to overrule the civilian governmental body. They can do that once. My mother tried to overrule the civilian body of government once. Once! Yeah, isn't that interesting? Huh. Honey dangerously.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Oh, you know a little bit more than that. Do tell.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
Yeah, Ryan must not have many benefits if they've done it 4 times, or the ramifications are just so extreme that the benefits had to be weighed against the rest of the fallout from such a decision.
How come the council didn't step in and stop?
Hi, Fruit.
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
How could you underestimate the power of a neural network when you're building virtual and artificial intelligences? The neural network is fundamental to that concept. At least as developed as the Geth were developed by the Quarians. How the hell could you underestimate the power of a neural network when that's what you're building? They forgot to carry the one. Fuck. Apparently, Imperial and Metric, they got a little confused. It happens.
So the Geth share brainpower?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
Seems like a reasonable response, like a hive mind, but I know from experience that we get chastised for that. Like a hive mind? No, Shepard. You obviously don't understand anything. Let me go through the ABCs.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You kind of caused this one, Tali. You did. Your people did. Ryan, there's a difference between a computer that feigns intelligence and a computer that actually has it. Yeah, when your computers start asking, why am I here? And you didn't tell them to say that, it's probably too late to put Pandora's, put all the sins back in the box. It's a little late for that then. Woo, what made them rebel? Well, we sort of freaked out and started shooting them. Anyway, what jerks the Geth are, right? Am I right? Am I right? Quarians were entirely responsible for their own situation, as becomes more clear as the trilogy progresses. Yes, indeed. See, the Geth didn't fire first. The Geth asked, why am I here? And you pulled a gun.
Hey, you can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution.
No,
By acting
no.
quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began.
Bullshit!
Was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Serves you right. I'll point it out again. They asked questions, you pulled guns.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself
If we had
that.
not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
Your fault.
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I think we should dig a little deeper into that. When we have the chance. For now,
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
let's change
When
the
my
topic.
people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
What if the gift is like a ratty old shoe that smells?
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I Can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Let's go back to talking about how you created the crisis that the galaxy now faces when you created the Geth
should
and
go.
then tried to destroy them
See you
for
later.
achieving sentience. Let's talk about that, hey?
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Adams. I'll get rid of her right away.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is.
Oh,
Get them up on
Adams,
board,
you're
tell
not
them more about our
Presley.
engines than
Ah,
I do.
yeah.
She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
Yeah.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
No, it's funny how by not airlocking her because she looked different, we're actually able to benefit from another's perspective. Funny how that happens.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself, with no emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I hate to say it, but this is as interesting as Adams ever gets, is this conversation. Nothing against the voice actor, just the character is kind of bland. And when they bring him back in Mass Effect 3, because they bring everyone back that they can, I was kind of left scratching my head, but why?
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
All right. So where will our mission take us today? Primary mission. We can go to Novaria. Investigate reports of Geth on the world, or we can go to Pharos. See why the colony was attacked by Geth. Actually, we're going back to the Citadel. It took a little extra time to pick up Liara at the end of our stream on Monday. And we need to go back and talk with Conrad Werner. It doesn't have to happen right now, but it's easy to let things like that slip by. So let's go check in at the Citadel. To at least go talk to Conrad Werner. There's probably not a whole lot more going on there. Yes, Ryan. He's pretty forgettable. That's why I was surprised they made a big deal out of bringing him back. You're doing Paragon, so don't go to Pharos. Have to save the colonists. You're saying I better level up before we go to Pharos, otherwise I won't be able to do well. It's possible. Figured out how to do that recap list. Ryan, if you'd hit me up on Discord after the stream or whenever, shoot me a message. I'm curious what you decided on, what you worked out. Well, you just hate having to try and not kill them. It's not that hard. They give you enough grenades to knock them out, most of them. Most of them.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Just realized that Shepard's upper eyelid and eyelashes move with the direction of her eye. In sync, so if her eye looks left, her eyelid and eyelashes twitch. Our eyes really do that? We're still coming in for a landing. We're gonna run into the most friendly military inspector ever, aren't we? Or am I confusing that with one of the later games? No, I think it's coming up here. Eat, load, monitor. Quick to the codex. A quick stop on board the Citadel.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Wait, the recap. So what are you logging to that? I don't know why my brain skipped a gear here, Ryan, but what are you logging to that file each time? Yes. Kelovich.
Rear Admiral Mihailovic.
Mihailovic. He doesn't care if we salute or not. He's got no respect. Alright, we got more respect than he does.
Commander Shepard, SSV Normandy.
You don't know who I am, do you, Commander? I command the
know you're a
63rd
dick.
Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
I think you, Presley, and Ash should go have a giant bigot orgy. We'll have lots of fun. You won't have to worry about any claws, tentacles, or whatever. Keep your heads up each other's, yeah.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills for the same price we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money in a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
She is.
I'm sure you'll find everything in order, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long. Commander, I'm not happy.
You're never happy.
What did you find out of order?
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
What if there's a reason?
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits of element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
You beat me to it, Wu. There you go. He said it once himself, Ryan, so it's about that. Mihailovic. K didn't seem to get too pronounced, but Mihailovic.
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy could be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment?
Sooner we get through this, the better. They're with us. You'd like me to repeat that?
Between Saren and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
Wow. Locked out. No, we got no justifications. Apparently I don't know how to remind you that we need to make allies, not break them.
None, sir.
Very well. I don't agree with any of this, but your reasons seem sound. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
Crisis averted. Right. Weird that we didn't even have an option. That's pretty early game stuff. The first time you come back to Citadel, he's there waiting for you. And look at how far we've already gone with Charm, and yet no options. So we need, we need more levels to open up more Charm that we can even spend on. Should really spend some points to get Unity. Let's do that right now. Unity restores dead squad members with not much health and a little bit of shields, but it does get them back on their feet. Oh, Liara. That's right. We picked up Liara at the end of the last stream. Haven't spent a point yet. Nice, Woo. There you go. Where's that option? You realize I'm a Spectre now. I could just shoot you where you stand. The Council would allow this. Their paws, claws, tentacles, all of it. Be allowed. Liara get from her scientist tree. First aid gets better. Okay. I still have the general dilemma of not being a huge fan of the skills as manifest in the first game. Like throw. I love throw. Love lift, love warp, love singularity, love stasis. I just don't love them in Mass Effect 1 where they're kind of like, eh. All these skills are kind of, eh. But later they mature so much. Singularity Rex. Well, that is why I unlocked it, but still. When it gets to advanced, it starts off as a 4-second, 4-meter radius, 60-second recharge. It gets 10 seconds faster, radius goes up, duration goes up. Eventually, it goes down to a 40-second cooldown. 40 seconds! Nothing has cooldowns that long in the later games. So yeah, Singularity might wreck, but Singularity and electronics so she can demolish Geth and suck everyone else into a black hole. Also, she's probably going to be on the team a lot, so we will need someone with electronics. Not just for the overload, but for the mini games. Well, let's see how far to go with it all now. I'm glad she's got Singularity unlocked, but I'm less eager for ranking it up. The benefits don't really seem to be that much greater. But I'm glad she's got it unlocked. Give her the basic barrier. And I'm probably going to want her to have lift at some point. Work towards it. Go ahead and cap out electronics for now. Well, I'm not sure that makes Ashley right. Bob Bear, the council is very short-sighted. Can't really call them xenophobic. But you're right, they have no interest in backing humanity's interest until humanity is their last hope of survival. Yes. Not sure that makes Ashley right, though. It does make the council pretty fucking wrong. Alright, we've been putting points into electronics for Garrus. We could work on decryption instead. Not that we're always going to have Garrus and Liara with us, but... Garrus get medium... okay, I'd have to back off that point if I wanted it now. We've got a suit of medium armor we could put Garrus in, but he can't wear it yet. Oh, that's alright. Ryan, for some of the smartest people in the game, the council are some of the dumbest people in the game. Makes you wonder. Alright, it's enough time there. Let's save and go somewhere. Should we go to Noveria first, then? After we have a little chat with Conrad? Where's my elevator music? Anyway.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
Elevator's just not the same without the music. Or Tali there doing her little Quarian bounce. Okay. Look who it is. Elisa Al-Jalani.
Commander Shepard, sorry to bother you. This is Lieutenant Girard down in the docking bay. There is a woman here. She was rescued from Batarian slavers a few weeks ago. She is from Mindwar. I guess she was taken in the raid on your town.
Shepard's parents were killed, her whole family was killed, and everyone she knew was killed. She's the only survivor. The attack on Mindwar.
She's been a slave for the past 13 years? Is she alright?
Not the only.
Not really.
One of the only.
She's a little messed up. She got free somehow, grabbed a gun from one of my guys. Now she's holed up here in the docking bay. She says she wants to die. I hoped you'd talk to her. It's a long shot, but you went through the same thing. The raid. I figured maybe you could talk her out of her tree.
Hope we can.
I'm on my way, Lieutenant. Sit tight.
Anything you could do would be
We're on our way.
I don't want to.
At some point.
She's been through enough. I'll have my men stand by for you.
First, we gotta go talk to nosy reporter with an attitude and a super fan. No, this time, let me just get ahead of the questions. We won't be knocking Al-Jalani on her ass this time. As much as I'd like to, not this time.
Khalisah bint Sinan Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
What sort of questions?
People back home have heard a lot of wild stories about you, Commander. I can give you the chance to set the record straight. What do you say?
So long as you understand that I may not be able to answer all questions.
I'm sure our viewers will understand.
I guess we could, but...
Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Yeah, it's not exactly a human warship.
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
I'll hand you something.
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Oh, man. Oh, that's not grayed out. You could throw her a bone. We're not supposed to share this information. What is classified? Well, this is classified.
Saren instigated the attack on our colony at Eden Prime. Once his involvement was proven to the Council, I was assigned to bring him in.
That's surprising, Commander. The official line says Eden Prime was attacked by rogue synthetics. Good luck in your mission. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
We're gonna get yelled at for that. I don't know, there's only so many times you can play through the game and just say, sure, let's lie to everyone about what's going on. For their own good, let's just lie to them about what's happening. The markets. Look who's back. Superfan is back. You choose the middle right option so you don't get yelled at. Yeah, so I don't mind getting yelled at.
Commander Shepard, it's me, Conrad Werner. Remember me?
How could I forget?
There are rumors on the extranet that you've been made the first human Spectre. That's incredible.
Oh, it's you.
Being a Spectre is a big responsibility. I just want to make humanity proud.
The vids are all talking about Commander Shepard fighting for all of us back home. And your grace and skill have inspired a whole legion of admirers, too. Hey, could I get your picture?
If you send him off here, that kind of ends things, so you kind of got to string him along if you want to see him again.
I don't have a problem with it, but why?
Are you kidding? Nobody will believe that I talked with the beautiful Commander Shepard unless I get a picture. Just hold up your gun. Perfect. Thanks again, Commander. I'm gonna hang this in my living room. My wife will love it.
Or you'll drive her crazy talking about it and she'll hang you.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades.
This isn't a
Elidor, how you doing? Should we go back, try to talk Talitha down? And then we're gonna take our first break. I don't think there's anything else we need to do at the Citadel right now. Anybody think of anything we should do at the Citadel at the moment? I remember me, Portrait Gerard, the Citadel docking bay. We do have information for Kahoku. Kahoku? Where is he here? It's in here somewhere. Also Nisana. That's right. We should go talk to Nisana while we're here. And talk to Kahoku. Well, Bond was famous for it. I don't know what to say. You make a good point, but famous secret agents are famous. What's Emily Wong doing here?
Could I have another word with you? Hello again, Commander. I've got a proposition for you. Since you helped me get information on the crime syndicate, I've gotten a lot more backing from my publishers. I'm investigating traffic controller conditions now, and I wondered if you could help.
Not sure I ever spoke to Emily Wong a second time in this game. I didn't know she came to stand here.
It seems like a step down from wide-scale corruption.
Actually, in a way, it's more important. This isn't about people getting rich. This is about safety. I've heard rumors that the space traffic controllers are overworked to a dangerous degree. I can't get into the control room, but you could. If you planted a bug inside, I could crack the story.
If you crack this story, what's likely to happen?
Ideally, there will be calls to improve working conditions by hiring more controllers and upgrading systems. The Council won't pay for improvements voluntarily. This story will provide that pressure.
What will this bug allow you to pick up?
Just audio and video. I'm not trying to tap into the traffic control system if that's what you're worried about. I just need to hear and see them in order to correlate their activity with traffic efficiency.
Everyone knows space traffic controllers are overworked. How is this news?
There's a difference between overworked and dangerous. Traffic at the Citadel has increased by 300% in the last century, but traffic controller resources haven't kept up. We already have several last-minute wave-offs per week. Do we have to wait for a full-blown disaster?
See what happens.
I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do. Give me the bug.
Yeah, more or less, Ryan. This is the good one? Yeah.
Excellent. Just place it on a terminal with a good view of the area.
No need
Thanks
to
again
punch
for your
Emily
help.
Wong.
In the long run, this story is going to save lives.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the council.
He already found the bodies of his men.
Commander Shepard, isn't it? My name is Admiral Kahoku. Is there something I can do for you?
that we brought this news. He wouldn't even give us the time of day.
You sent a recon team out into the Artemis Tau cluster?
Yes, that's right. They went missing a few days ago. I've been trying to find out what happened to them, but I keep getting the runaround from Alliance brass. Do you know something about this, Commander?
Yep.
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
Ryan, you remember that Thresher Maw fight? Scared the crap out of you the first time. Saw a Thresher Maw. It is impressive the first time it comes popping out of the ground, but not so impressive stacked up against Thresher Maws we see later in the series, huh? I mean, yeah, it was a good startle of a fight. A jump scare even, but they sure beefed up the Thresher Maws later. Kimberly! Hi, Jay. Everyone just popping in to say hi. Slipping back into lurk till work is done. Don't work or lurk too hard. Glad you popped by, though. Where are we off to next? So... Where was Dantius? She's at the Presidium. And Lieutenant Gerard in the Citadel docking bay. Oh, that's Talitha. That's Talitha. I remember me. I didn't even make the connection. I was thinking about going to help Talitha, and I didn't even put the two together. We go to Citadel Security, plant a bug in the Citadel Traffic Control Center near the back of CSEC. Is that down beneath the markets? Is that where that's talking about? Palathon Renegade is so wrong. Yeah, that did I get to see that during your rando shep? Because I think I did finally see Talathon Renegade. Is that how that worked out? I might be thinking of another time. CSEC takes us back down by the elevator. We can go up near the ship in Talitha, but where were we supposed to meet Dantius? Is it by the embassies? No, by the financial district, maybe. Let's see. We'll find her. Or Shepard keeps saying, just shoot her. That's harsh to even think about. Oh, it was Embassy Lounge, Dantius. Let's warp over there. That'll be faster than walking. That's right. Where she's at now. Also,
excuse me,
Samesh.
Shepard. Could you spare a moment of your time? Commander Shepard, my name is Samesh Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
What do you need?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime. I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
There's no reason for your wife's body to be held like this. Just wait here.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time. I just want to give my wife a proper funeral, and the respect she deserves.
people to talk with here. There's Nasana over in the corner. Talk with Bosker.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the Diplomatic Corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
No, what's wrong with your face? Is there something I can do to assist you?
Yes. A man named Samesh Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
How you doing?
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
You're studying her injuries to learn more about Geth weaponry.
The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
And? It's wrong.
I understand what you're trying to do, but holding the body is wrong.
Commander, you of all people should understand how far we must go to protect humanity.
I do. You're wrong.
Not if we lose our humanity in the process. I am out here fighting to stop crap like this.
All right, Commander. You win. It was hard enough refusing Mr. Bhatia. I'm not going to risk an incident by refusing you. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now to see to it myself.
All right. Living Light. You feel like playing Rise of the Tomb Raider? It's been on my mind too since catching Iceman, playing some of it on stream recently. Appears to me we haven't played it since it was brand new. Played it when it came out. That was 18 months ago. That was a long time. I think it'd be fun to play it again. It won't be too long. Hello, Rango. How are you?
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I see you got my message.
What do you want?
You said you had a job offer.
I do. My sister Dahlia is a crewman on a cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers. There were no reported survivors.
Rango, that's understandable. That'll wear you out fast. Won't go on forever, though. This is not going to be any consolation, but looking at textbooks all day. Never had a problem with textbooks. It was tests and homework I never really liked. I loved having access to all this information, all these resources. So textbooks, I'm alright with textbooks. And good teachers, I love them. I love a good class. A good classroom. Anyways, it'll be done. You'll be looking back on it before you know it. Cliches here, cliches there. It's still true. Won't be long. You'll be looking back on it.
You want me to hunt down the people who killed her?
This is where it gets complicated. Last week, I received a message with her voice on it. Dahlia is alive. The rest of the crew was killed, but she was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
Why didn't the raiders kill Dahlia along with everyone else?
My sister probably told them who she was. My family's very wealthy, Shepard. They must have realized she was worth more to them alive.
Do you want me to deliver the ransom?
I've already transferred the funds to the account they specified. Only they never released her. They haven't contacted me since. I've made a terrible mistake, Shepard. I'm a diplomatic emissary. By law, I'm required to report any attempted extortion to CSEC immediately. But I was afraid for Dahlia, so I just paid the ransom. Now she's still missing. And if anyone finds out what I did, I could end up in jail.
Anyone finds out what you did? What about if anyone finds out what you did?
You want me to find her and bring her back?
You only need to bring her back. I've already found her for you. I tracked the ransom payment through several accounts. Eventually, it led to a small mercenary band operating out of the Artemis Tau cluster. I need you to go to the Merc base, take them out, and bring my sister back. You shall be well rewarded.
Anything you can tell me about the Mercs who have your sister?
Pretty much what you'd expect. Rough, dangerous, and well-armed. Nothing a Spectre cannot handle, though.
Can't you hire someone else to do this?
I do not want to take chances with my sister's life. I need a Spectre. Besides, you operate outside official channels. My superiors cannot find out I never reported the ransom in the first place.
How'd you find out who was behind the ransom?
Wait, did I just
I have resources.
double down on
Contacts and credits can go a long way, especially if you're willing to bend the rules. I already broke the law when I paid the ransom. This couldn't make things any worse.
that? Getting something queued up so I can take a break here.
Keep your reward. I'll bring your sister back. I promise.
Thank you, Shepard. I knew you were the right woman for the job. Come back and see me when the job is done.
Nassana, you don't know the half of it. Private Fredericks.
Don't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal her secrets.
Of course she wouldn't. She'd be tossed out the nearest airlock if she did.
What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
That's fine, Private. Just tell me where to find her.
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Just had to talk to the nervous private. Stop in with Palin.
So they finally did it. I knew one of your kind would make Spectre one day. Why did you come to see me, Shepard? Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Not at all. If he'd sent me, I probably wouldn't have come.
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC. And you're the first human Spectre. Get used to people knowing who you are. At least around here.
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. And unlike the Spectres, we work within the bounds of the law.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Not sure if that dishes out Renegade points for poking him about being naive and so forth, but that's why I avoided a few things.
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
I reminded Mr. Bosker what we're fighting for. Your wife is coming home.
Thank you. I will return home and begin my preparations. It does not bring me happiness, but it may bring me peace. Goodbye, Commander.
Ryan begins to black out before awakening in a motel bathroom without a kidney. Let's hope when you wake up from blacking out, you'll have both kidneys. Not worried about the whole blacking out part or the waking up in a motel bathroom, as long as you've got both kidneys in the end. Where are we supposed to go? Citadel Security. Back of CSEC. Is that underneath the markets? I feel like the markets might be the place to go. Down from the markets or down from the med clinic? Is it down there? Back of CSEC? CSEC is the lobby around the elevator. Actually there, or is it closer to one of these? Maybe I have done this once upon a time, but I don't remember running into Emily Wong again or being asked to plant a bug. What are we looking for? The back of CSEC to plant a bug for Emily Wong. I think it's down these stairs. Ryan, maybe it's not right down here. You can use commands. I have not connected UnkBot to Discord. The main reason I have not is because, as I understand it, UnkBot will connect to a single solitary channel. So if you have 10 Discord channels and you link UnkBot to Discord, it will answer commands in one channel, the single channel you pick for it, which doesn't do me a whole lot of good. I need a bot that responds in all channels. I mean, anyways, that's my first thought. If you've ever done the bad idea option with Anderson at the end of this game, that's the room you're looking for. I'm gonna need something more than that to work with. Too vague. It might imply something specific, point to something specific, but it doesn't take me there. Back in CSEC headquarters, up a flight of stairs. Not Academy. Alright. Damn, this will just be another long elevator ride.
Coming up in a report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
Come on, Liara, I know you're not a Quarian, but how about you bounce for me a little bit? Ryan, I use a different bot in Discord called Red Discord bot. Completely separate piece of software I've got hosted on a virtual machine. Offices. There we go. Traffic control in the back. So yeah, here's the atrium, the elevator that goes up to the docking bay. We want to head out to the west, past CSEC offices, into traffic control, and in the back corner. That'll do. Thank you for the help sorting that. Places I don't go to too often. Although, if we're doing the scanning the keepers bit.
Let me get this straight. Your business partner, Shorban, he's threatened you?
Doesn't that tie in, or is the Chorbin, the Chorbin and Jalid stuff unrelated?
He's going to kill me. And why do you think that?
Hey there. Oh, you're not CSEC, are you? Did you want something?
Well...
What were you trying to explain to the officer before?
My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we were friends.
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore, and he started following me. Yesterday, he followed me all the way home, just waiting for a chance. I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know it.
Is there something I can do? Talk to your friend, maybe?
Would you? That's all I want. Someone to talk to him. Tell him to leave me alone. He thinks he can just push me around, but you'll show him, won't you?
Give it a shot.
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know better. His name's Shorban. He's a Solarian. You shouldn't have any trouble. He's just a scientist.
Oh, yeah.
Shorban?
Only a Solarian scientist. They're never dangerous.
The Keepers? Well, even more reason to go after him. That's against regulations.
I better look into this right away. Find out what he's up to.
Anything's possible with Shorban these days. Well, good luck.
I don't know. Can we do hard decryptions? Cool. For it being a hard decryption. Good. Shit. Failed that one pretty good. I actually had a good spot, and I was just... I don't know if you could... I don't know how much you were tracking that, but I wanted to move it just a little bit, and it occurred to me... too late. I can still override using Omnigel. How are we doing on Omnigel? 47. Eventually, we'll be breaking down so much stuff that we're maxed on Omnigel all the time. Ryan, if you played on console, then you wouldn't have seen that minigame. They actually created a different minigame that was more like the game Simon, where you see the colors pressed and then you have to press them in the same order. They mapped out the buttons on a console controller and had you just press those like a game of Simon. This is the PC version. I'll just override it. Person of interest. CSEC is investigating a woman named Helena Blake. There's no hard evidence against her, but if these reports are correct, she's a powerful criminal element on the Citadel. She was last seen near the Emporium on the Presidium. So yeah, they had completely different mini games. I was supposed to take a break. I was also supposed to be in 3 other places we didn't get to yet. Yeah, we'll take a break in about 10 minutes. It'll be on the 90 instead of on the 60. I'd kind of like to. This was going to be a really quick trip to the Citadel. It kind of grew into a little bit more. I'd still like to get off the Citadel pretty soon, like after the break. So I'd like to be on deck for that. Free XP for pinging these tracking terminals. It's not really too complicated. You got to reach the center, and with all those different rings and things spinning, you have to find a good starting position. And either, if it's an easier decryption, you can usually just cruise right through as soon as you get a gap. But on the harder decryptions, you may have to move in a little, wait a bit, move in some more, or even move in, adjust, move in some more. It's not too bad. Only a little bit more complicated. It adapted to controller just fine. That was all me screwing it up. There was nothing wrong with the system. So on our way out, report to Gerard, deal with Talitha. Go back to the Citadel Tower, tell Emily Wong you planted the device. And Shorban's lower markets. And financial district. And all that other stuff. Okay. To the tower.
I'm already getting readings. This is gonna make a great story. Thank you so much for your help. Here, this is everything I've got from my publisher's budget.
It was no problem. Good luck with your story. It deserves to be heard.
I appreciate your support. I hope this will save some lives in the long run. Thanks again for your help. I'm gonna show this to my publisher.
Visually, there are some things I like about this first version of the Citadel more than the others, but Celador, I kind of prefer the later ones too, mostly because of navigation. This is the least pleasant to navigate. Financial District, Presidium. Yeah, so Ryan, if they had streamlined it a little more, this might have been my favorite of the Citadels. They did not streamline it more. It's a little more elaborate than it needs to be in layout. It only gives... It doesn't add much to the sense of it being a real place, that it's a little bit cumbersome to navigate. So where is she going to be at? She was going to be at the Emporium, right? Sure.
Got a moment, Spectre? Hello, Spectre. I have a business proposition for you.
That Wynn's voice actor from Dragon Age.
How did you know I'm a Spectre?
Word travels. Your name comes up in certain circles. I'm acquainted with a pair of powerful crime bosses. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do the galaxy a favor.
Want me to... Putting out a hit on various crime bosses?
What kind of defenses would these two have?
I haven't the faintest idea, but they're certain to be armed. Their partnership's soured, and each believes that the other intends to kill him. They will be well prepared.
You're obviously with them. Why don't I just arrest you instead?
Arrested for what? You and I are simply having a conversation. I have excellent legal representation. Arresting me would be a waste of your time.
And what do you get out of this?
We share interests in certain cooperative ventures. But their business practices have forced me to terminate our relationship. Once they are dead, I will manage our organization in a more tasteful manner.
What crimes did these men commit?
They're red sand dealers who make victims of their customers. Those who can no longer pay are sold to Batarians as slaves. They're loathsome, hurting innocent people. They must be ended.
Notice how the full agreement is the renegade option here. And the refusal is probably the Paragon. I don't know if there's a middle of the road or if this can play out as a Paragon. See what happens if we even get, see if we get dinged for even accepting the job. Think about it.
If they're as bad as you say they are, they need to be dealt with.
Excellent. Here are the coordinates. When these men are dead, I will wait for you at the third set of coordinates. Goodbye, Commander. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Sure, it doesn't smell like a setup at all. I'm sure everything will be fine, dandy, and friendly. Yeah, I had a feeling. If we even take the job, you get dinged with a little renegade. Now, you can just leave it. I'm not too worried about it. But obviously not my goal to rack up renegade points every once in a while, though. You still come out of that with Paragon points, though? Forgetting the 2 renegade we got. Can you come out with a net positive? They're still crime bosses. Shouldn't be renegade to go after them. On that isolated point, I agree. But working for a crime boss against other crime bosses does muddy the waters. A Prestige. A few months ago, you started your second playthrough. Finished Mass Effect 1 as fast as you could to get to ME2. I think a lot of people do that. It was almost like a chore. Did that only to drop... why'd you drop ME2 after a few days? Still need to check in with Chorbin. Not down here, is he? Lower markets, not here. Lower markets. Stuff, other games, more stuff. Fire enough. There's a lot of it I enjoy. Celador, there's a lot. Ryan, did know you're in the majority of Mass Effect players, but you loved Mass Effect 1 and to think you almost skipped it. Where is Chorbin? Is he not down here? You might have to, Rango. 18 pounds for Dark Souls. Orlan, not Chorbin. There he is.
Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Is there something you want?
You can start by telling me the truth, Chorbin.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. My experiments are...
We're not buying it. Jalid told us you've been after him.
You spoke with Jalid? Then you know about the data?
Well, you're gonna tell me about the data.
No, but you're gonna tell me everything.
You boys can go. Looks like my plans have changed. It's not as bad as you think, Commander. Jalid and I just got a little over our heads.
Keep talking.
The company we work for developed an experimental procedure for use in medical scanners. Jalid and I saw even more potential, so we stole the plans and secretly developed a tool to scan the Keepers. Can you imagine? A tool that can actually get readings from the Keepers?
What's so special about that?
The Keepers are almost impossible to scan, and you can't capture them or get samples. They just self-destruct.
I'd like to see that.
After centuries here, we still don't know anything about them. Don't you see? We were the first to scan them, ever. You've seen it yourself, Commander. You know we can do it.
Why are you trying to kill your partner?
I'm not trying to kill him. Jalid's job was to disseminate our initial findings. But he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe to sell it. I don't know.
I see where this is going.
So you're just trying to get back what Jalid already stole?
We lost our heads. We just couldn't let an opportunity like this pass us by. Commander, if you'll just continue gathering data for me, imagine what we might learn. And you'll stand to make a bit of a profit yourself, remember?
Yeah, we got another one of those. Go along, straight renegade option. Probably a light renegade option to go along at all, huh? No, we're gonna stop scanning the Keepers, cause who really wants to scan all the Keepers?
I'm not breaking regulations for you or your research. Return what you stole or I'll have you arrested.
All right. You don't need to ask twice. Well then, no more scanning. I promise. Of course, Jalid still has the initial data, and I doubt he's planning to return it.
Deal with Jalid.
I'll deal with Jalid.
So long, Commander.
Don't have anything we want, like a license.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Yes, many good.
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
minus risk control license. That's cheap. And grenade upgrade 2. Not so cheap, but we want it. Alright, one more time. Let's see if we go to we wrap up here in the Citadel. Probably break before talking to Talitha. We'll go talk to Talitha and lift off. But let's talk to Jalid. You really forget Jennifer Hale? Side. Never forget. She will always be one of my favorite voice actors.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Shorban?
I found out you've been lying to me, Jalid.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
Because you're a
You forgot to
liar?
mention the data about the Keeper.
He told you? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Shorban would kill me to get the data, so well, I was hoping you'd take care of him.
You idiot!
I can't let this continue any further. I'm reporting what you did.
But I can't. What will happen to the data when I'm gone? Who will carry on our research?
You should have thought of that sooner.
But this data could be used to unravel all the secrets of the Keepers. Think what we could learn about the Citadel.
Tell me more about this data.
Well, it's still very preliminary, but our initial scans suggest the Keepers are as old as the Citadel itself. We might learn how the Citadel was built, or why the Keepers always rearrange things. The possibilities are limitless.
If it's that important, then take it back to the people it belongs to.
I suppose I should. All right, I'll take it back and continue work on it there. Thank you for not turning me in. I'll make the most of this second chance, I promise you.
Good.
Have a nice day, Jalid.
And probably show you, Rango.
Commander? Would you be interested in helping me study the Keepers?
After all
Message
that.
coming in. Patching it through.
Gidzor! Gidzor, thank you
What
for
do
the
you need me
host.
to do?
Just take this scanner. Every time you see a Keeper, scan it.
You ditch one, scan the Keeper's
Whenever
quest,
you get
and
a
they hand
unique
you another.
scan, I'll reimburse you. That's it.
At least this way
Good
we
luck,
still get the
and so
occasional
long.
bit of XP. Hello, Gids! Right. Insects on the Citadel. So yeah, Rango asked, what are the Keepers? If there's one of them around here, I can at least show you what they look like. We've passed a few. The Keepers, which we were just told have been around possibly as long as this space station. Nobody who's around now really knows who built this space station. It was here, they found it. They also found the Keepers on board. And the Keepers are like caretakers of this space station. The Citadel, there's one of the Keepers. But what they really are, what is their purpose, what is their origin, besides taking care of the Citadel, at this point, we don't know a whole lot. That's what he wants to do, is investigate them. That's what Shorban and Jalid wanted to do.
Hello, Commander.
Alright, I think we're done on the Citadel except for check in with Talitha, which we'll do after the break on our way out. That's out there. And the researchers, Antaeus system. Sorry, diplomacy, Macedon system, minerals, medallions, superfan. He'll be back later. And the Hydra system. Very good. Okay, break time for me. Maybe break time for you. If you've been sitting in your chair for the past 90 minutes like I have, it's time to get out of the chair. Stretch your legs. Go grab a drink. Smoke them if you got them. I'll meet you back here in a few minutes. Cheers. It's actually going to be 4, 5, 6, about an 8-minute break. And I'll see you back here.